good people, welcome back to Freedom with Frida. In case you're new here, hi, my name is FRIDAH NGUKU and this is the best place for you, so subscribe and join the family. And this is what I'll be taking as I give you a story of how I got sacked and ended up jobless and how I dealt with it. I did a similar story when I started my channel, but it was not like so detailed. So, and this is where we start. So if you not subscribe, kindly subscribe. You don't want to miss this story. So I'll be taking this smoothie as we talk. I realize it helps me a lot with my exercise and gives me a lot of energy during the day just to feel motivated, especially at this moment where I'm not so active, no jobs and nothing, all that. So this is an addiction I've adapted this quarantine. Anyway, so in 2015, I lost my job. But before we get to that, let me talk about how I got the job. So I got my first job with a bank 2 months after campus. I was that lucky. Like 2 months, guys, 2 months after campus, I applied and I got a job. And I think God was just trying to come and help me out because I was going through a terrible heartbreak. It was my first heartbreak ever. I was hurting. I'm one person who goes through stress, and what happened is my face just works with all that and gives me acne and pimples, and I cut weight because I don't eat when I'm stressed up. I cut a lot of weight. So I was slim then, or should I say thin. I was really slender. And then now I cut weight and then I have acne on my face. I was looking like this. God, guys, I wish I took photos then. I was looking terrible. I wouldn't want anyone to even meet me. So I was struggling with heartbreak. I was struggling with being idle for a whole 2 months. And I really wanted to make money. I am one person who really works hard. I believe I work for my money. I try my level best to get to a point where I don't depend on anybody. Just work on my money and all that. And it doesn't matter what it is, I'll go for it as long as it's not illegal and as long as it sits well with my principles. I think that's what I'll say. So I prayed for 2 months and God gave me a job. And it was a bank, a sales representative. You know how hard sales job are, guys. So I was posted to Kisumu, very far from home. And I was excited. My excitement was I'm going to have money. So at least I'll work on my face and work on, getting back to being me because I was going through heartbreak, fix my heart and all those things. The things we tell ourselves when we're going through heartbreak. That was me then. So I was like, hey, I can't wait. So I was really excited to make money. The good thing about banks is you're paid on time. Like if you're supposed to get paid on 23rd, you'll get your money, guys. And if 23rd comes on a weekend, Saturday or Sunday, you are paid on Friday. It is that serious. Like bank money never delays. And that's why people keep saying that bankers, every end month you'll see them at the clubs. Those things that people talk about bankers, that I'm like, why people, why? But we are Kenyans, we just make memes from all these things. It's because there is a specific date you get your money and you're sure your money is coming. So by the way, even if you're giving your loan to a banker, trust me, it's gonna come back. So I got a job and I was posted to Kisumu, and I remember my dad giving me 10K to go start life. I think we were also given some money. Were we? No, I don't know. So I got a house. No, I moved in with a friend. Then, remember, I was in Maseno University, so I knew a few guys in Kisumu. So I moved in with a friend who hosted me for a month. Yeah. So I was able to buy a mattress and, start life. And I was really excited because money's coming end month, and I'm now working. And I really wanted to work my ass out to just be okay and get back to normal. I was really looking bad with my acne, so I started to work on myself, and now I had a job, so it was really exciting. So 1 year down the line, I was working and I was really happy, and I knew it's not my job, but the fact that there's money, I was working. So literally, I think that's the first time in my life I was working for money, which is not anything I would advise anyone to do. Literally, what you're doing is not what you love. You don't have any passion at all for it because I'm one person who is, I did theater, guys. So I'm this person who just wants to be creative, to be out there doing things my own way, just finding ways to work through things. Like when you're in theater, you can have a script that is written in a certain way, but you can always change that. You don't have to have rules, guidelines, things have to run in a certain way, and that's how banks work. So that was not my thing, and I knew that. So for 1 year I struggled, and before end of that year I got my first ever warning letter. That scared the hell out of me. I was like, oh shit, Frida, so if you get sacked, because they give you, was it 30 days to improve? If you don't improve, you go home. And I was like, oh shit, I need to work my ass out, because I can't lose this job. I can't go back to having no money. I love making my money, guys. Hey, I will work for my money. So I was like, I can't go back to being broke. And that society thing of you're a banker, then all of a sudden you don't have a job. No, I wasn't ready for that. Remember, I was just from campus, no experience, nothing. You're just like, hey, life here to enjoy. So I worked my ass out the next 1 month, 2 months, and I improved, and I wasn't sacked. Continued working until at some point I was just drained, guys. There's nothing as bad as doing something you hate doing, and then you're just doing it for money. So that was draining. So after 9 months down the line again, I got a warning letter, and I was like, I'm not sure I can improve anymore. And another 2 months down the line, I remember I got my manager called me to her office. It was a she called me to her office, and she was like, I have a letter for you. And it was Monday morning, so she gave me my letter. I opened it later, and it was termination letter. I was terminated, guys. Literally, I was sacked. And now the letter was actually supposed to get onto me on Thursday. So like, I was not supposed to be at work on Monday. Now I'm at work and I'm supposed to be jobless. So that scared the hell out of me. And I was like, shit, I need to do something. So I went home. Actually, I remember I just left and went home, switched off my phone, and just decided to watch the whole day. Sometimes that's how I deal with my shenanigans. Like, I just go off and be alone and just watch or just sleep. Mostly I watch. Let me just say, mostly I watch. So I watched the whole day. Then the following day I was like, okay, Frida, you have a house to pay. You need to keep dressing up. You need to eat. And you need to be alive, and you don't have a job. So what to do next? And that's when now my mind started to work. And I was like, now I need to find a way to make enough money and very fast that I can be able to move my stuff to Nairobi, to my sister's place, or move them back home, Embu County, and just find a way to find another job. So I remember there's a best friend of mine called Maureen. So I called Maureen and I was like, you know what? I'm jobless and I don't know what to do. So in case you hear of any company, please give me a call. Then I'll apply. So she was like, okay. Then I called a friend of mine who we were living in the same area with. She was still in campus, but then they had moved to town campus. So she was living in town. Her name is Yvonne. I think you've heard Yvonne like 1,000 times on this channel. And I was like, hey, I need some money. So since you have help, can I get your help money? I do business with it. I'll give it back to you so that I find my way back home. Because guys, I didn't know what saving is. I did not know what saving is at all. And I didn't want to imagine now calling my dad and my mom, hey, give me some money so I can get myself back to normal. It just didn't work for me. So she was like, yeah, I have 20K in my account. So she gave me 20K, guys. And I was like, let me go and sell mitumba. I'm one person who I'll do whatever it takes to get my feet back. Like, I'll work my ass out to just ensure that I'm not out there begging. I fear poverty. It scares the hell out of me, guys. I fear poverty. I've never experienced it, but I've seen people experience it. But I am like, no, I don't want to get there, and I don't want any of my kids to get there. So I was like, no, I'm not going to be broke. I'm not going to be poor. I'm going to work something out, and keep applying for more jobs. So I remember she gave me 20K, and I went to there's a market in Kisumu called Kibuye. So I went there and I got a bale of dresses. So me and fashion. So I went there, got a bale of dresses, and I was like, you know what? Since I know Maseno, remember I went to Maseno University, I'll take all these dresses to Maseno University and sell to students, because somehow students have money. they can spend money. Like impulse buying and students wako hivi. I was very good at impulse buying, which is a mistake I did in campus. I would have saved a lot of money. So I was like, if I take these dresses to those girls, they will buy and I'll make money and find my money, give back Yvonne's money and go back to Nairobi or Embu, wherever works. Wow. So the issue was, now how do I sell? Do I like take a matatu and my bail and go there? Then I remembered when I was working in the banking sector, I had this friend of mine, her name was Milka. She had a car. Her car was Spatio. I think there's a car called that, Spatio or something, a white one. And I remember, like, since I knew how to drive, hey, help me with your car every single day. I'll fuel it, go to Maseno with my bale of clothes, go around Maseno hostels and sell dresses to girls. I did that, guys, for a week. Every day I wake up by 7, I'm on the road, get there by, let's say, 9 or 8:30, go to hostels with my bale of clothes at the boot, and I'll open it and they're like, sell. So you'd find I had done my calculation that all the dresses that were inside there, they were around 260. So if I was to get my money back, which was 18k, I was going to sell it at 100 bob. That was was it 100 or 70, something to do with that. But then I would sell a dress for like 300, other dresses for 600. There are actually some dresses I sold for like 1200. That bill was really good. And I knew you can never go wrong with a bale of dresses. You know, shoes you could buy and then you find it, they're all left feet, all of them. Or, but for dresses, somewhere you never go wrong. So I was very sure I was never going to go wrong. And I knew I'm good with sales. Banking and taught me sales and marketing. I know how to convince people to buy. Hey. Even the people tell me that you can sell sand to Wanaitangwa Arabs. Like, they're living with the sand here, but you're selling the same thing they're living with. So, but I think banking taught me to be tough-headed and be strong, and just because says you walk into people's office, you knock their doors, and they're looking at you like you're not even there. You're talking and they're not even listening, and then they're like, oh, you're done, okay, give us your sheet of paper that you have all those, and then we will talk to you, we will call you. And they never call you. So, but banking taught me to be very strong. I thank God for that job. So I went to Maseno and I sold in 1 week. I'd sold and gotten back my 20k. And I gave it back to my friend Yvonne, gave back the money. Then I continued to work. I'll just fuel the cargo. And this girl was really godsend. Guy, she would just give me her car. And I didn't even have a license. And I'll just go and come back. So, and then I continued selling for another 2 weeks, I think. And I got an extra 20k. So now I was able to move. I think we were paid that month. After I was sacked that month, I was given some money. So I got my money back. I got extra money now. So I packed my stuff. And I remember 2 weeks down the line, before I was done with the selling, Maureen now called me and she was like, there's another job, another bank that is looking for people. So why not apply? Just send me your CV. Thank God I had my CV on my email. I just forwarded it to her. Now the brother was working in that bank. So that's how she forwarded my CV. And that's it. That's how I got a call. So by the time I was done selling my mitumba so that I get money to be able to move, I got a call that I need to apply for a job. And I applied and I was called for an interview within that same week. Like, hey, we're calling you for an interview in Nakuru for some job. And I was like, yay! So now I knew I need to go for the interview, do my interview. I knew, for some reason, I was so sure I was going to get the job. Confident comes first, and I got it. Somehow I got it. And I remember speaking with this regional manager and asking him, please kindly just tell me where I'm getting posted, because it was a regional job, so that I move my stuff there, because I needed to move. And that's how I got a job, guys. And that's how I moved from Kisumu to Nakuru to work for another bank, which I resigned later. Story for another day. So yeah, that's how I lost my job in 2015, and that's how I survived. Sometimes you just have to do the necessary, like, selling mitumba. I remember telling my brother that I'm selling mitumba, and he was like, okay, why? Because guys have this notion of you're a banker, you're dressing in a certain way, and now you want to sell mitumba? Like, why? But I realized these guys who were looking at and thinking there's no money, they make a lot of money. Because if I was able to make a whole 40k in 3 weeks, 20k to give back and 20k to move, there is money out here in businesses. So that opened also my mind to just realize actually business has more money other than this employment. For some reason, I was like, yes, I need a job right now because mitumba again selling is not my thing. I was doing it because I needed money then. But I think business will make me more money. So I had that in mind already. So yeah, that's how I found myself in Nakuru, which is where I am. And I'll tell you a story next time on how I got another job, now the job I got then, and how I resigned and started my own thing. I became self-employed. Sorry for another day. But that's how I lost my job. Somehow you just have to survive your way out. You just have to pick your pieces up and just move on. And I think that's why I believe in, if you're doing something you don't love, you strain, and you even are not productive. Like I wasn't productive in that bank. I really wasn't. In fact, I just feel like those guys really retained me for a very long time. So yeah. Thank you for listening to this story. It's 16 minutes. Oh God. Let me finish my smoothie and see you on the next one. Bye.